Welcome y'all to the Mountain Greatness Podcast. It's your host, Big Boss K Po through the dough, and I'm here to talk NFL sports talk with my brother, Brody on the hustle, ready for the tussle. And like I keep telling y'all, man, today we're gonna talk about sports, but this is not the only thing we talk about on this channel, right? Don't be surprised you come over here, we talking about something totally off the grid, you know. So, like I keep telling y'all, Mountain Greatness Podcast, y'all keep coming over here, like, comment, hate, and subscribe. We ain't running for no smoke. And if you feel like, hey, there's an idea or a topic you want us to talk about, put in the comment section, man. Y'all family, you know. And what we do with our family is we work together. We're gonna work together to grow this channel. But let's get on these topics at hand. Like I told y'all, we talking NFL talk. B, bring them in with the first topic. What you got, man?
So, what it is, folks, you know what I'm saying? He already mentioned it. We back at it again. So, let's set our mind towards greatness. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back. Commenters, viewers, subscribers, likers, sharers, haters, whatever you're going to be. Welcome back. We at it again. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit of NFL Week 9, some of the action that went down. We're going to do some recapping. But before we get into it, you know what I'm saying? We got a little special edition. We're gonna talk about some special performances from certain players that went down on certain teams. You know, this past weekend. You know what I'm saying. But first up, we're gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying, my boy. You know what I'm saying. He did his thing. Keaton Mitchell. You know what I'm saying. Keaton Mitchell. He fresh off the pine. Third string running back for the Ravens. You know what I'm saying. He came in and did his thing. He had 9 touches, buck 38, and a touchdown. You know what I'm saying. He showed what he can do. He ran over, threw, around, you know, beside, over the top, underneath the Seahawks defense, you know what I'm saying? And for him to be the third string running back, you know what I'm saying? I got a question for you, Capo. Is this the Lamar Jackson effect or is Keaton Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? I believe he's a rookie out of ECU. Is he the answer to the Ravens running back woes? Because, you know, J.K. Dobbins constant hurt. Gus Edwards, he just a touchdown monster. They got to get him to the 2-yard line, and then they give it to him. He finally get in there. So is this guy the answer to the Ravens running back woes, or is it the Lamar Jackson effect taking toll right here?
To answer the question directly, it's the Lamar Jackson effect. I think it's due to the fact that Lamar Jackson's a dual threat quarterback. He can beat you with his arm or his legs. So I think me and you can get back there and rush for 100 something yards with Lamar Jackson as our quarterback. Truthfully, it doesn't take away from Keaton Mitchell. He's a great, talent. You know what I mean? I think he'll be able to build into being that running back if he's able to stay healthy and keep playing. Because everybody knows this running back position. If we don't know it better, me and B know it. You know, we played the position before. So with that position at hand, it's more of a rhythm thing. It's more of getting, more reps at the position at the NFL level. It's faster. You know what I mean? It's faster. A hole may be open, but then that mud may close. You know what I mean? So, um, but to answer the question directly, it's the Lamar Jackson effect.
Okay, cool. I was looking at it a little bit different. I thought he was gonna be the. I think he gonna be end up being the answer to the Ravens running back woes because he I feel like he fit the bill a little bit better than say a Gus Edwards or a J.K. Dobbins because most of those guys they just hand it off and they bang 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 they the hammer they the thunder they bring the thunder, but this Keaton Mitchell he bring everything to the table. He's a pass catcher. He can catch out of the backfield. He can sustain the run on the inside and outside, you know what I'm saying, which I believe that'll help deviate from Lamar Jackson, have his use his legs, which they've been doing well with, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like he could be the answer to the running back woes for the Baltimore Ravens, but we shall see. Only time will tell. Hopefully, he keep balling doing his thing. We might be looking at the Ravens in the Super Bowl. You never know. Hey, but so let's go ahead and move on to this next special performance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna shout out this defense as a whole. You know what I'm saying? This defense did tremendous against the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm talking about the Kansas City Chiefs defense. You know, not only that, let me mention before I get into it, me and my boy K Po, we predicted this game pretty doggone well. If you seen the last episode, you know what I'm saying? We had the point spread off just a little bit, but at the same time, everything we said about Corral and Tyreek Hill and everything, you know, it was right on point. They did what they had to do. But anyways, the Chiefs defense didn't let Tyreek get over the hill at all. They held this man to 62 yards on 10 targets, no touchdowns. Not only that, they made McDuffie made a big play. You know, they tried to run a quick screen to Tyreek, and he came up hit him on contact, rip the ball out. Somehow they recover the ball. Dude get wrapped up. He turn around, pitch it to his homeboy, and dude hit a dude was moving to the end zone. I think he was. If you go back and watch the highlight, dude, I think he was covering 5 yards of stride. So he was trying to get there. And not to mention that touchdown was the last touchdown that the Chiefs got to seal the deal against the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? The Dolphins did try to make a little comeback, but like I mentioned, Dolphins are not a team that can play from behind. So at the end of the game, Patrick Mahomes, of course they still interview him. Thank God they weren't showing the. I'm not even gonna get on her. Thank God it was, keep her out of it. I'm glad it wasn't a great offensive performance. But anyways, at the end of the game, Patty Mahomes, he was interviewed and he said blatantly, he didn't hesitate. He said he thinks this Chiefs defense is the number one defense in the NFL. So I'm gonna throw that question right at you, Capo. Go ahead and give your opinion. Do you think the Chiefs are the number one defense in the NFL?
What these kids say? Cap. That's cap. Nah. That defense was good for that game, right? They corralled the Dolphins. Congratulations. They're not the number one defense in the NFL. The number one defense in the NFL, it varies. You got the 49ers. You got Dallas Cowboys. Hard for me to say that. You got the Philadelphia Eagles. You got those type of defenses. You got the Saints. You got those type of defenses, the Cleveland Browns. Those are top defenses in the league. Kansas City is not a top defense in the league. They may be a top 15 defense. You can make that argument, but not the number one defense. No, he capping. That's inaccurate of Patty Mahomes. But he's supposed to say that, right? He's promoting his team. He's challenging that defense as well. It's brilliant in the long run because he's challenging that defense. He's putting a jacket on them that's saying, "Hey, y'all the number one defense." So now they have to live up to that for the rest of the season.
Right. So I got one more question towards that. By him saying that, do you think he's using that as a cover up for the fact that this offense is not as explosive as it used to be? Do you think he's just trying to throw a little wool over the folks' eyes, just say, hey, we ain't got it right now, but eventually we'll find it? How you think he using that little coat?
Nah, I just think he's trying to challenge that defense. Right? He know there's some big marquee games coming up. He knows that they got to go back to the playoffs. They're coming off a Super Bowl run, so I think that he's just trying to basically get them to step their game up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. You when you talk about the top teams in AFC, who do you mention? Cincinnati, right? Cincinnati, the way they looking right now, they might beat the Chiefs. That's just real talk. You got, Buffalo on a downward slide, but you never know. Buffalo might show up. You know what I'm saying? The problem with Buffalo is you don't know what you're gonna get. They might show up, and to me, they got a way better defense, than the Kansas City Chiefs. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? Who are sneaky good team. You know what I mean? They match up well with the Chiefs. It's all about matchups, and I think that he's just trying to challenge that defense to step up. That's what I think. I think their offense is what it is because they're playing everybody. The Chiefs, everybody want to beat the Chiefs. When you play that top team, you want to beat them. So you're gonna give it your all every week. Every week is the Super Bowl for that underdog team. You get what I mean?
Right. Most definitely.
That's what I believe. Why they're struggling. I think they are underestimating a lot of teams, and then they like, oh snap, okay, now we gotta play for real. That's what I believe. Also, I think it's because they keep showing that little broomstick white girl. I ain't gonna say her name, but she built like a broomstick, a number two pencil, a crayon, all that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, the little stick on your blinds. She built like that too. You know what I'm saying? So that they distracted. That's another reason why I think they struggling a little bit. But I think it's more of the teams are stepping their game up to play them. It's their Super Bowl. That's what I believe.
Okay, my man snapped on him real quick. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, well, let's keep it rolling. Again. You know what I'm saying? With everything that happened this past NFL Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Let's mention a couple quick things. You know, you had Josh Dobbs learning the playbook. You know what I'm saying? He on the plane learning the playbook. He don't even recognize. He can't even put names to faces right now. You know what I'm saying? He thinking he had a little bit more time to be able to articulate the plays and get in there and do his thing. But little did you know, by the time he got to the stadium, got suited up well and sat on the pine a little bit. Dobbs, you're up. What you mean I'm up? I know I'm up. I'm on the bench. No, you're in the game. Hall's hurt. Oh, okay. The boy get out there and do his thing. He get the Vikings the dub, and he continue their hopeful playoff aspiration. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Josh Dobbs. Then on the other side, you had the Raiders. McDaniels out, Antonio Pierce in. You know what I'm saying? They ball, they get the win. Let's not forget, Antonio Pierce is one of those people who can communicate with the team from the player's perspective and from a coach's perspective, because he did have a nice little stint with the New York Football Giants, and he did get him a ring, so he know all about Super Bowls. He know how to communicate from both sides of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Kudos to the Raiders, for getting that dub. They was excited. That was turned in the locker room after the game. Good job. I hope it continue. Not only that, it's another black head coach we could be looking at in the NFL. I'll take that any day, any given Sunday. I'll take it. The Commanders beat the Patriots. Okay. Last time we talked about Bill Belichick, he got his big win, moving to the third most winningest head coach of all time. And now this week you take a L, you go to 2-6. Rewind the hands of time. Hey, we was 2-6 back in 2000. Bill Belichick, is you done? Is you gonna get it right? Come on, bro. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Get it right or get out the way. It's time. I feel like you're holding the Patriots back. What you used to do, you're not evolving. The revolution is here. It's done. What is up with the fireworks? Somebody get in the comment section and tell me how you do that. But anyway, we're gonna keep it rolling. I'll take it then. All right, we're gonna keep it rolling. So the last game, we're gonna get into it a little bit deeper. We're gonna talk about this Texans and Buccaneers game. And K Paul, I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one, because I know you was excited, you was fired up, and you was emotional about it, because I'm gonna let you tell them about it. Go ahead, do your thing. Let's get into it, man.
Man, first of all, big win by the Texans, man. Shout out to the Texans. It's ace time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put on for my city. Bro, that was a roller coaster ride that, I wouldn't wish on nobody. Emotionally, I was like, when it was, I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna start right there. I'm gonna start for the beginning. First half, Texans played kind of flat offensively. Defense was, they was trying to play, but they played kind of flat offensively, and that's why they were down, 20-10 at the half. They came out second half. You saw them play a little bit more relaxed. You start seeing Bobby Slowick really open the playbook and trust C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud, boom, 75, threw a pass. Noah Brown. Noah Brown took it 75 yards. And let me say this about Noah Brown. Noah Brown has never in the NFL, to my knowledge, had a 100-yard game. He had, I think, 175 yards, if I'm not mistaken, or over 150 yards receiving, and he had a tug. So the dude balled out, right? Then you got Tank Dell, right? That boy is a cheat code, man. Let me tell you something, bro. Tank Dell got so much hate when the Texans drafted him. They was like, he too small. He ain't going to do nothing. That was the worst. Why did they draft him? And then this boy going off. He catch the game-winning touchdown, right? He made one of the key catches on that drive, the game-winning drive, right? And he's a threat on offense. You have to watch him. The dude is just spectacular. You know what I mean? He had 2 touchdowns. He had over 140 yards receiving. Then you got Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz in the first half of the game, he fumbled the ball in the first quarter on the opening drive. He fumbled the ball, came back 10 receptions, over 100 yards receiving, and a tug. And he made some key catches on that game-winning drive as well. You also had Nico Collins, right? Y'all keeping up with all these touchdowns, right? You had Nico Collins, who caught a touchdown as well. So, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I ain't good at math. I think that's 5 touchdowns, right? That's 5 touchdowns that I counted. So CJ Stroud threw 5 touchdowns. That's why he was doing this, right? Like Crip Mac, he was doing this, right? He had 470, which is a rookie record, if I'm not mistaken. Ain't that a rookie record? So he had 475 touchdowns, right? Tank Dell, right? The undersized receiver, right? You know, matter of fact, let's just segue into this, man, because let's just get into this, right? You got Tank Dell, right, who they hated on and said he's undersized. So the first question I got for you is this: Is Tank Dell, over time, can he be a true number one wide receiver? Right? That's my first question. Damian Pierce did not play, right, this game, but the running game struggled, right? Now, Damian Pierce averages 3 yards a carry. This game, all the running backs total average 3.1 yards per carry, right? They didn't do well running the football. So, for this Texans offense to take the next step, right, to help CJ Stroud, because he can't throw the ball like this every game. Next year, should they build in the draft some offensive lineman, maybe get another running back in the draft, or go after them big marquee running backs? You got Josh Jacobs, you got Saquon Barkley, you gonna have some big names on the market. Should they go after them? Let me know something, B.
Uh, First things first. I'm gonna get to that Tank Dell question first. Is he poised? Is he poised to be a number one receiver? I mean, you look at the Eagles. Is Devonta Smith sticks Slim Reaper? Is he considered a number one receiver? If they don't have AJ Brown there, I think he's a number one receiver. Matter of fact, I think the Eagles got two number one receivers over there. So to answer that question, yes, all they got to do is find somebody else in the same stint, the same setting that the Eagles did. Just somebody who's opposite, big, aggressive, physical, still fast, can go up and make those type of catches. You know what I'm saying? So once they get that over there with the Texans, it's a wrap. But yes, Tank Dell most definitely should be. He will be, one of those top number one receivers in the NFL. And I'm not even gonna say 2-3 years down the road. I'm gonna say next year, if they can keep this rapport going, if they can keep building on what they got, the chemistry they already have, he'll what easy number one receiver for the Texans. Yes, until they get somebody else over there. Yes, yes, sir. He will develop in that, and then it's gonna be different too. He's gonna evolutionize the game. He's gonna be one of those number one receivers that play out of the slot. It's gonna be completely different. You're gonna have to game plan for a number one receiver who's almost strictly come out the slot. They're gonna move him outside, but he's gonna strictly come out the slot. Watch, they're gonna CJ Stroud and Tank Dell gonna change the game. But for that next question, going after a marquee running back, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Leave them where they at. You save your bucks, build in house. Go. You can stick with Damian Pierce. Damian, all you gotta do is fix your O line situation. You know what I'm saying? Save your bucks. Go through the draft. Build in house. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, if you do continue to be this high powered offense behind C.J. Stroud with Tank Dell and all those other guys, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do when it's time? If you go get a Saquon Barkley or a Josh Jacobs and you done forked over for 30 to 40 million, what are you gonna do when it's time to re-sign C.J. Stroud? When it's time to re-sign Tank Dell? When it's time to re-sign Will Anderson? You still got other pieces on the defensive side of the ball that you gotta account for. You know what I'm saying? So I say no, leave them where they at. You know what I'm saying? Let teams who got the money and got the time and not in that mode already go get those guys. DeMeco Ryan should be focusing on building through the draft, building in and building everything from the inside out. Leave all that extra stuff alone because you got your core nucleus now. You got your guys. So I say no. Leave them alone. Build through the draft. Keep everything in house and manage your money well. You know what I'm saying? Because I see this Texas team going far. Now my question for you is about this Texas team. Is this Texas offense built? The Houston Texas offense, is it built to score with the best of them in the future? I'm talking about Kansas City when they get right, the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? 2-3 years down the road, if they get what they need to piece it all together, do you think they built to score with the best of them?
Yeah. If they able to keep Bobby Slowick, see, that's the major question. you know, are they able to keep Bobby Sloyd? Because he's doing phenomenal with CJ Stroud this year. And you know how the NFL is. You know, your offensive coordinator, you have one good season, they finna come snatch you up. Hey, you a head coach now. So if they're able to keep him, I believe so. You know what I mean? Which I think Bobby Sloyd will stay because he has great chemistry with D'Amico Ryans. They came up through the 49ers ranks together. They both were scouts and they worked their way up the coaching tree. So I think that they will be able to, perform with the Kansas City Chiefs, the Miami Dolphins, I mean, hell, the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens putting points on people now. You know, ever since we didn't said they don't have identity, I guess they heard that because they start scoring. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. So I think that they'll be able to if they're able to keep Bobby Sloyd. I feel like this the coaches that they have, it's a good marriage, man. It's a good marriage, and I just feel like they're gonna continue to develop, and that's what I like about D'Amico and Bobby Slork and all these guys. They care about development. They care about building guys and building them up to these marquee players to be a marquee name that can help the team, but also be a marquee name in the NFL. So I'm very intrigued and excited to see this offense and how it develops, to see CJ Stroud and Tank Dell's development. But what you got out for that? What you think?
Uh, I say once they get those pieces, most definitely, because they doing it without those pieces now. And when we mention pieces, we talking about the O line. You know what I'm saying? They still missing something on the D line, so they got to get better on both sides of the ball. But they're still able to put up these nice performances. And when a guy throws 5 touchdowns and have 3 different catches, go over 100 yards, it says something different about that offense. It says something different about the quarterback. It says something different about the whole organization when you missing major pieces and you still doing this. So what's to happen when you do get those pieces to the puzzles? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think they'll be able to keep up with the best of them. So to segue into the last topic we got to talk about. We ain't got too much time left, so we're gonna mention the big 3 games real quick. Yeah, we had the Chiefs and Dolphins, which we already talked about the Dolphins and the Chiefs, so that's already out the way. Now we're gonna mention these Cowboys and Eagles real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and go first on this. Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? Cowboy fans, look at me, listen to me. Dak finally had a good game against a solid team. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? The excuses. Just stop with the excuses. I feel like if y'all stop giving so much excuses and leaning on them so much, I feel like the Cowboys will finally shock y'all and surprise y'all and do what y'all want them to do. But every game, whether you win or lose, it's some type of excuse. Oh, we should have had more points because the simple fact of you won. What you giving excuses for? When you lose, you give excuses. I don't understand. Dak finally had a good game against the Eagles. Congratulations, Dak Prescott. But the Cowboys lost. It's still something missing from that team, and y'all got to figure out what it is. Jerry Jones got to figure out what it is. Mike McCarthy got to figure out what it is. But you lost. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? K-Po, what you got for the Eagles and the Cowboys?
I mean, you said it beautifully. I mean, you gotta look at the Cowboys when they play elite teams, they don't get the job done. So it's definitely something missing. Maybe it's an identity thing. You know what I mean? Um, maybe Mike McCarthy ain't the answer. Maybe they need to make the defensive coordinator the head coach. You know what I mean? Um, I mean he's taken that Atlanta franchise to the Super Bowl before, so maybe you need him. But I don't think Jerry Jones want that. You know what I mean? And this team is not gonna go anywhere with Jerry Jones at the helm. That's just what it is. So I just think this game, the Eagles showed that we better than you. Y'all little bro. We big bro, y'all little bro. And the Eagles showed y'all, oh, y'all want to play physical? We finna slow it down. We finna slow it down and chop and screw it. And that's just what it is. We're gonna slow that mug down. Jalen Hurts put that Houston on that offense and they slowed it down. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it is. They slowed it down. That team can play fast. They can play slow. They can play physical. Whatever you want to do, they can do it. They like Adrian Broner. Anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Chinamans, anybody can get it. That's how these Eagles are. You know what I mean? So I mean, you hit it on the head. The Cowboys need to stop making excuses. You know what I mean? They got to figure it out. You know, I don't know what the remedy is because I really don't care. I'm not gonna lie to you, but at the hey, yeah, I'm just being real. You know, Cowboys, hey man, figure it out. That's what it is. What you got, B?
Simple. Okay, for the last game of the big three, we had the Bills take on the Bengals, and I'm gonna be frank, I'm gonna be blunt and straight to the point with this one too. Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, y'all gotta find a way to do something different because everybody keeps saying year in year out, Josh Allen is this, the Buffalo Bills are this, they're continues to do this, and I don't keep seeing how when y'all can't beat the first step y'all gonna run into in the playoffs every single season. It's either gonna be the Chiefs or the Bengals, and y'all have not played well against the Bengals. Period. Flat out. Period. When Josh Allen played the Bengals, I swear he see ghosts, cause he be throwing the ball. He get at least two intentional grounding calls every time he played the Bengals. I'm like, I ain't never seen a quarterback get two intentional grounding calls against the same team. I've never seen it. But anyways, inconsistency again for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills offense. You know what I'm saying? He found his rhythm a little bit, but again, he got to Stephon Diggs, and once they figured out how to stop him from getting Stephon Diggs, he couldn't hit Gabe Davis. Trent Sherfield was nowhere to be found. The running game was little to none. The Bills got to find something. They got to find something. I'm tired of people saying they top contenders to go to the Super Bowl, and they really not. But anyways, for my boy Joe Burr and the Bengals, you know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody was talking down on them boys at the beginning of the season. Oh, he should. They not good. He not gonna do this. He can't even throw. He can't even run. Oh, now what? Now where y'all at? Now he done got his little calf. He just shook back. You know what I'm saying? He. Then the crazy part is, he did it with the other supporting cast of the team. He did it with the tight ends and Joe Mixon. You know what I'm saying? He sprinkled a little T Higgins in there for sure. Cool. But Jamar Chase, hey, we ain't see him. He got hurt. So Joe Burrow did it with the other supporting cast, and that's what I like about the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow is showing you right here, right now, right in front of your face. I'm finna get hurt, get up, stand tall, grow up, and beat every team y'all said I wasn't gonna beat because of what happened at the beginning of the season. But anyways, that's my take on that. What you got about it, Capo?
I mean, ain't too much to say. You hit it on the head. I think the problem with the Bills is, for starters, and this is my perspective, it's the attitude of the team. I mean, I noticed on the sideline, you see Stephon Diggs going at Josh Allen. They arguing. You know, it's a lot of arguing, finger pointing. It's a whole lot of that going on, right? Also, I think they believe in Josh Allen way too much. Um, uh, he needs more help, and what I mean by help is get him a running back, man. Yeah, I mean the running backs y'all have on the roster are not getting the job done. He needs a running game. He needs the threat of that running game. The dude got a big arm. He got a big arm, but you look at a lot of those top teams, they have a running game. I mean, even Patrick Mahomes, he has a running game. You know what I mean? And they not well known running backs, but they're good backs. They get the job done, and that's what you need. So the Bills don't have a run game. So then they rely on Josh Allen to throw the ball 50 times, 60 times a game. He's not Tom Brady, right? He's a different type of back. I mean, a quarterback. He's a dual threat guy. You know, defensively, I mean, the Bills are pretty decent defensively, but it's the offense. And those who know football is this: if you constantly got your defense on the field, eventually plays gonna get made, and that's the problem. It's not the defense of the Bills; it's the offense. And they got to figure something out, right? Cincinnati has their number, like you pointed out. I think it's just a matchup thing. You know what I mean? But either way it go, although they have your number, you got to figure out how to scratch and claw and win that game. The Chiefs, I think they can actually beat the Chiefs. I'm not gonna lie to you. They match up very well against the Chiefs. I mean, they. I think that was 2 years ago. they had an all time game with the Chiefs. Remember that? Where Josh Allen balled out and Davis balled out. It's just Pat Mahomes. He that dude. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the Bills match up best against the Chiefs. I think they can knock them off. It's just when it comes down to the Bengals just got their number. And they have to figure that out. And they also got to figure out how to be consistent. The problem with them is they're not consistent enough. So that's what I see in games. They'll play the Dolphins, beat the brakes off them. You like, oh, the Bills, man, they elite. And then they play the Jaguars, and you looking like, how you lose to the Jaguars?
which is which
So
is which is a team I think they'll struggle with day in and day out. Now at this point, I think they'll struggle with the Jaguars. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people may say something different, but I think the Bills losing. If they played the Jaguars right now and said this is your chance to make it to playoffs, I think the Bills
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not sold on the Jaguars. I mean, they're a sneaky good. They're definitely a team. Let's keep it 1,000. They're definitely a team that can't be slept on, right? They've been to the playoffs. They played the Chiefs pretty well. But you know, I do think they're like I said, a good team. But I don't think they when the chips on the line and everything, because in the playoffs it's different. When everything on the line, I think the Bills will beat them. That's just my opinion. I think that's a matchup nightmare for them. They're pretty predictable team. You know what I mean? They're the, look, they're gonna look to go to Ingram, or they're gonna run screen for Etienne, and they're gonna try to put Etienne in situations where he can make plays. You know, and but if you eliminate all those opportunities, what do they have? You gonna let Trevor Lawrence try to beat you? And Trevor Lawrence, last time I checked, what game was that? That nigga, that was against the Chargers where he threw like 6 interceptions or something like that. The Chargers just laid down. If the Chargers would have kept their foot on their throat and killed them, he'd be sitting at the house. Sunshine would be sitting at the house, look, watching. That's just what it is, man. So
All right, all right, all right. So there it is, folks. That's the end of the episode. You know what I'm saying? We gave y'all what y'all wanted. We gave y'all what y'all needed. We recapped the NFL Week 9. We got into some, star players, some players that we thought was playing out of their mind. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? With all that being said, you know what I'm saying? K-Po, go ahead, close us out, baby. Do what you do best, baby.
man, y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Keep coming over here. We're going to keep growing. That's what it is. We're a family. We work hard. We putting in that work. We ain't running for no smoke. If you got an idea, that can help the channel, put in the comment section. We grown men over here. We ain't little boys. You know what I mean? We could take criticism and keep it moving. Now if you hating, we don't care. But that's just what it is. So, like I keep saying, share these videos with your boss, your grandma, your mama, your auntie, your baby mama, your third baby mama, your fifth. No, I'm just playing. But like I keep saying, man, we gonna keep growing, man. This the Mono Greatness Podcast. I'm Boss Hog. This Brody. We gone.